Welcome back, Corner Speed 33, and today we have Brent from Alpinestars. We're going to get deep dive into this helmet right here, the Supertech R10, but also we're going to talk about some other things, the suits, the airbag, just a lot of things, a lot of informational type things that we like to get everybody to have more understanding, and no other than Brent, who's here. Moto America is here in Austin, Texas today. So I'm just enjoying it. And just from there, I'm going to let you carry it away because it seems like I'm just an enthusiast, but I'm going to let the professional tell me more about this helmet.
Right on. Well, thank you, Griff. But yeah, we got our Supertech R10 launch edition helmet here. And, you know, this is our first road racing helmet that we've come out with. And it's something that we've actually been working on for over 7 years, just with this helmet alone. You know, a lot of people have talked about, oh, well, Alpinestars, you know, like they're not a helmet company. You know, they like, why should I trust my head to this? Well, that in fact is not true. Like we've been making helmets for over 10 years now, or developing helmets for over 10 years now. You know, we started on the off-road side of things. Alpinestars did originally start as a off-road company. We made the first, you know, specific motocross boot in the industry, within the sport. So motocross is one of our fortes, of course, but you know, road racing is as well. And you know, as our first attempt at a helmet, you know, I think it came out pretty awesome.
I mean, I did. I mean, to be honest with you, I had to go through some loopholes and everything to get this helmet. Not going to say how, but yes, there was what, 200 of these?
Yep, 200 worldwide.
200 worldwide, and I was able to get my hands on one, but yes, I had to go through some loopholes, but thank God I was able to get one. But first things first, let us know who, as of right now, anybody watches MotoGP. I know Martin, who just won the sprint race yesterday, but I also see that Jack Miller is one. Why those two riders when it comes to the experimental, when it comes to this helmet in MotoGP?
Well, they were, you know, they're obviously really great riders. They're also, you know, family of the brand. You know, Jorge Martin has been with us for quite some time. Jack Miller was with us, you know, prior to this past year as well, so he came back. And they were just two really great riders, you know, with great kind of social followings and just overall personas in the paddock that really made it a great, you know, great solution to have those guys wear the helmet. But they're not the only ones either. You know, Jonas Folger has been wearing it too while he's, you know, filling in from now and again and at the MotoGP level. But also Andrea Dovizioso, you know, a longtime, you know, member of the Alpinestars family. He, you know, he was basically the main development rider for this helmet over the last, you know, 5 years or so. So yeah, we have some pretty big names that have you know, worn this, backed it, and you know, obviously in Martin and Miller's case, you know, triumphed in it. So it's been a great helmet and a great rider to be working with those guys.
Well, the biggest thing I noticed is when I put it on, right, it just seems the visual. You could see a lot more. Was that something that y'all was really focused on, with just being able to see more, or was that just something that just came along with it?
Yeah, so when we started the design of this helmet, you know, there was some key pillars that we really wanted to, you know, base the foundation of this helmet on. The first one, foremost, being protection, right? The next one being, you know, lightweight, you know, great ventilation, great visibility too. That's another one. But another thing that we, you know, developed for this helmet too is, you know, aerodynamics with these winglets. But to your point about the vision, you know, obviously that's super important while you're out there on the track. There's a lot going on all around you. You know, you don't have side, you know, rear-facing mirrors or anything specifically on track. So, you know, you got to be aware of your surroundings. And with this helmet, you know, we've got 220 degrees of lateral vision with 57 degrees of vertical vision. So, you know, regardless of the position that you are on the bike, on the track, what have you, you know, you have good visibility, because sometimes you're in the tuck, you know, where you're kind of, your neck is craned back a little bit, you know, you're looking out the bubble, you know, you got to maintain that forward visibility. But likewise, you know, you got to maintain visibility for, you know, in your peripherals and stuff. So not only do you have that, you know, large lateral vision of 220 degrees, but also here on the sides as well, we have these little cutouts underneath the on the bottom side of the chin bar there, where the visor actually extends a little bit further, so you can just see that much better through turns, or see what's happening, you know, coming up on your peripherals. You know, you see in MotoGP racing all the time, you know, especially as of late. You know, guys are coming up on the inside, you know, chopping your legs off, and you know, they come out of nowhere. So having that ability to see that coming before it's too late, you know, it's a good benefit to have.
So you talk about these winglets right here. Is that to prevent the, you know, the head? Is that just more aerodynamics? What is the actual function of these actual winglets right here on the side?
Sure. So yeah, obviously in MotoGP, you know, you see winglets becoming more and more of a thing on the front of the bike, on the, we were talking about it earlier, on the back of the bike, on the underneath the bike, and these, you know, work in the same way. But really there's two main benefits. Obviously aerodynamics, how they work is, you know, it really helps calm the air going around the shell of the helmet as you're cutting through it. But the main benefit, you know, at least in my experience, and I think a lot of riders who have ridden this with this helmet would agree, is the stability that it provides. By calming that air, in whether you're, you know, on the racetrack, in the full tuck, or especially off the bike, because if you think about how often your head is actually out of the bubble, you know, on the racetrack, it's probably 80% of the time. On the street, it's basically 100% of the time.
Correct.
You know, especially if you're blasting down the freeway, you know, at 80 plus miles an hour, or, you know, whatever speed you're going at, you know, you're catching that full wind blast, and you know, your head is basically like, you know, you don't want it to be like a bobblehead. So what it really helps do is calm the helmet and just keep it as stable as possible, you know, without any sort of vibration. Sometimes you get those, you know, those little ripples in the road, or maybe it's like different sections of road where you're just da, 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 and it really helps the helmet just stay totally stable. But not only like facing forward, but when you're looking off the bike, or you know, checking your blind spot, like that also helps with keeping this helmet stable in that scenario as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, the biggest thing I wanted to know and talk about more about was, let everybody know, I know sometimes you buy a helmet and it just has one spoiler, but this one comes with two spoilers. What is the difference in the two spoilers?
Sure, so we've got the two. We have the race spoiler installed here. This is the longer one, of course. And then we have the shorter road spoiler, which either, you know, whether you're rocking one or the other, they still both look really cool. But obviously with the longer race spoiler, you are getting more aero, you know, especially when in the tuck, when integrating with the aero hump on your back, you know, it really helps to smooth out that flow of air over your, you know, over your head and over your back. And with this one, you still get that benefit, just not to the same extent. But obviously if you're riding on the road, aero isn't as important, you know, or it's not, you're not shaving those milliseconds or, you know, tenths of a second off of your commute to work or wherever you're going. But these are unique in the sense that, you know, they are interchangeable. It's not something that you would kind of interchange, you know, oh, I'm riding the track this weekend, or commuting the rest of the week. You know, it's not as easy as that, because there is 3M double stick sided tape on there. So the process isn't as easy as switching a visor, we'll say. But it does give that rider the option of whether they're using it solely as a track helmet. You know, they can leave the race spoiler on there, you know, full time, or if they're primarily riding it on the road, or maybe they never touch the track, you know, they can rock this, or they have the option to do either. You know, if you want to look like Ricky Racer out on the road, then, you know, you have that option too. But yeah, I mean, the spoiler is definitely a unique option, or a unique feature of the helmet that really does help it stick out.
Now, another question I have is, when is there going to be another launch, or different colors or anything? Is that coming anytime soon, or is it still a ways wait?
We can expect you know, regular colorways and additional graphics and whatnot, paint jobs, to be launching in, we'll say, January, February. But yeah, those will come in at a really attractive price point, $9.99 for the solids, and $11.99 for the graphics.
Is there anything else about the helmet that we have not covered?
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of kind of unique features. You know, full carbon construction, obviously. You know, we have a 3K high density outer layer. We have a unidirectional carbon, you know, layer underneath that. We have an aramid fiber layer underneath that for anti-penetration, satisfying the DOT requirement. This helmet is also, you know, DOT, FIM, and ECE certified, so it basically covers the full spectrum of any kind of global racing or road, you know, need. So really lightweight, only comes in at 1,540 grams, which is about 3.4 pounds for a size medium. And what you get with that, you know, when you purchase one of these, you get, you know, a lot of things that come with it too. You get 2 shields. It comes with a dark smoke.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. There's a little caveat as far as like the race spoiler and the the road spoiler, like the solid graphics, which are awesome, by the way. I mean, the solid graphic, there's basically a black and a white. The black is just a gloss carbon, so that looks awesome as well. It comes with the shorter road spoiler on it, but you can get the longer race for it if you want. But yeah, with every helmet, you get a dark smoke shield, you get a clear shield. You also have the option to get a medium smoke shield, a silver mirrored shield, also a photochromic shield, that changes based on the intensity of the sun. Additionally, it also comes with, all helmets come with the winglets. You get a chin curtain, you get a breath guard. It comes with a pin lock insert already with it as well. So, the shields, of course, are all, anti-scratch and anti-fog coated, but, for that additional, anti-fogging performance, it comes with a pin lock insert already with the tabs and everything. It comes with 3 tear-offs. So for guys who are running it at the track, it comes with 3 tear-offs that you can use there. Comes with a helmet carry bag as well. So it's a kind of a full package there that you get,
So that's a lot to come with this rider. That's definitely a lot. I mean, I've rode AGV helmets, and I don't think as much as I can remember, they do not come with all those things that you just mentioned, though. But again, they are a good helmet. But I am very anxious to try this helmet on the track, which I will be trying it tomorrow for the first time, and I'm very excited to wear it and see what it does when we get out there on the track. But this definitely has to be, if I have not said it, one of the best looking helmets that I've actually seen. And I'm really excited because I'm a big Alpinestars guy, as people know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that athletic build, former football player, it just seems like everything that they make really fits me better than other brands. But nothing against other brands. It's all personal preference. But for me, it's Alpinestars. But really appreciate it.